Hello everyone, I'm Dalton Burdett.
And I'm Hannah Heiler.
And we are the Movie Nights.
Well, some of them.
If you're watching this because you want to hear our uncensored,
unfiltered
thoughts and opinions on the world of movies and entertainment, so kick back,
relax,
and the Movie Nights Roundtable begins now. Well, as you guys can see, Nick is not here today. He is on a little vacation with his girlfriend Morgan.
Love you, Morgan.
Yes, they are awesome. They're on a little vacation, and so we have Hannah filling in today. Thank you for coming on.
You're welcome. I'm happy. It's big shoes to fill.
Yeah, it was a long trek from the other room.
You know, I feel like I'm always hibernating in there.
Yeah.
So it was a really big ask to get me to come up here.
I know. We had to sign a lot of contracts. It was a whole thing.
But we made it.
We made it. That is what's important. So we're going to kick off the show with the movie news section of our show, where we kind of dive into the trades and bring you, the people, the news of what's going on in the world of movies. Hannah, what do you got for us first?
All right, so our first story for today comes from Deadline. Sony Pictures and 21 Laps have enlisted Andrew Barrier and Gabriel Ferrari of Ant-Man and the Wasp as the screenwriters for their buzzy feature Gnomes, based on the breakout horror short, following Sony's acquisition of film rights earlier this month in a competitive situation. The original film watches as a girl stumbles into the territory of a killer gnome tribe while out on her daily run, finding herself in grave danger after being lured in by its mysterious glowing mushrooms.
Yes, so I've actually never seen the original short, but it sounds amazing, and I'm going to after this. And I believe the director of the short is going to be directing the feature, but they just got the Ant-Man writers to go on and do this, and I think this is great. Well, one, we know I love horror. Two, I love when people who make short films get to make feature films. You know, David F. Sandberg, Damien Chazelle, love those stories. And I am going to go watch the short, like I said, after this, but I thought this was just really interesting. Like, when I read that description, I'm like, I'm all about this. I haven't seen the short, so I don't know if it leans into comedy, if it's just straight up horror. Like, I'm very curious, and I really, really want to see this movie now. What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
I feel exactly the same way. As I kept reading, it kept getting more and more insane, but in the best way. I feel like since Megan has come out, not directly Megan. What?
Malignant.
Sure, I guess we'll say Malignant. But I bet yes. My first thing that came to mind was Megan. But I feel like just off the walls, crazy horror movies are in and new, and I'm not mad about it.
No, me neither. I am loving every second of it, and I think with this news, what I'm most excited about is Ant-Man and the Wasp. The writers getting another go, because I haven't followed their careers. I don't know if they've done anything really since, but good for them, and I'm really happy for the director of the original short film. I think it's going to be really, really fun. What do you guys think about the Gnomes movie happening based on the famous short with the Ant-Man and the Wasp writers? Let us know in the comments as we move on to our next story. Hannah, what do you got for us next?
Our next story also comes to us from Deadline. Following his Oscar-nominated role in Minari and scene-stealing part in Nope, Steven Yeun is continuing to show his range as he is now looking to add a Marvel movie to his resume. Sources tell Deadline Yeun is set to join Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts in a part that is not only significant to the film, but could also play a role going forward in future films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes, this is exciting for many reasons. Mostly, I love Steven Yeun. I still am not fully caught up on Minari. I've only seen bits of it. I haven't finished it, which is and I hate when I start a movie and can't finish it. It was not on purpose. And but I loved him in The Walking Dead. I loved what other performance did I see recently? Oh, Nope. Loved him in Nope. Thought he was an excellent addition. He's a fantastic actor. So I'm happy when an actor or a performer I really love or I think really deserves it gets into the MCU, because it's not only is it a paycheck, but it's man, you are in the pop culture zeitgeist. I mean, he already was a little bit, but still. And according to the article, playing a role that's integral to the MCU, that's exciting. It's not just going to be one of these one-offs oh, I did a Marvel movie one time. Apparently he is in it. There's some speculation that he might be playing Sentry, which is a Superman type character in the Marvel universe. I'm about it. Granted, this is not confirmed. It's just a rumor going around. But whatever character he ends up playing, I'm excited for Steven Yeun. I think he's great. What do you think about this?
I could agree more. I love him. Nope was incredible. Like, he was a supporting role, I would say, but he's, like they said, stole the show. Like, he absolutely killed it. And, I think he's whatever, role he ends up playing, whether it's a hero, a villain, whatever. I think he's got the range that, whatever they put him in, he's going to be able to kill it. I also just love that Marvel is collecting these, really great actors. Like, I feel like they've always done that, but it just, they have they care about adding talent to these movies, and for the rest of these phases that they're doing, like they said that this is going to be like a huge role that could go on probably multiple movies, and they're putting someone as good as him in it. It just is nice to see that they're, I don't know, making an effort.
Yes.
We love to see it.
We do love to see it, and we love to see Steven Yeun in more things. Just put him in everything.
Exactly.
If he was like a Stan Lee, but for every movie, ever, not just
figured
Marvel,
it out.
just every movie ever, he just kind of pops up. I would love that.
It's like, where's Waldo? Like, you're watching a movie and you're just like, where's Steven Yeun?
Where's Glenn? Where is he? Yes, that's.
But he has to wear the hat from Nope.
He does.
That's
He has to. Or else, what's the point?
Exactly.
What is the point?
I'm all on board.
Yes. What do you guys think of Steven Yeun joining Thunderbolts and potentially more stuff in the MCU? Let us know as we move on to our next story. Hannah, what do you got for us next?
Our next story comes from Variety. HBO Max's parent company has filed a lawsuit that accuses Paramount Global of reneging on parts of the $500 million licensing deal set in 2019 for the streaming rights to episodes of South Park. The suit alleges that Paramount blatantly intended to prop up Paramount Plus at the expense of Warner/HBO, and that Paramount engaged in multiple and flagrant, duplicitous contortions of fact and breaches of contract.
Yeah, so this is quite a big story, and it's not directly movie related, it's more of a TV show. However, one, this is all of entertainment news, so get fucked if you don't like it. And two, this could lead to bigger implications in the wide world of movie news. So basically, if you dive into the article, I'll kind of give you the spark notes. HBO Max and Warner Media signed a deal with Paramount, who had made a deal with MTV to get streaming rights to South Park. And as part of that agreement was about 3 seasons of 10 episodes each. They've gotten maybe 10, 11 episodes total from that agreement. And Paramount Plus has gotten like 4 original movies. So basically what HBO is accusing them of is, hey, we paid all this money to license this property, and you told us we'd be getting a certain amount, but instead of giving us that amount, you're using it for yourself to prop up your own service with the money that we gave you.
Yikes.
That's not good. Now, Paramount alleges, of course, that... Oh, I killed Tobey Maguire.
No!
Paramount alleges that, of course, that it's false, that they're full of shit, basically, in layman's terms, and they're going to be fighting the suit. But what I think this is indicative of, especially with it coming from Warner Media and HBO Max, is we've seen Zaslav and HBO Warner's do this move where they are... penny pinching, taking things very seriously with streaming. If it doesn't perform well, it's getting pulled and it's getting put onto an ad platform. And just in general, we're seeing a lot of streaming stuff just get pulled, some without a home at all, which is horrible. It's awful. With now them looking at all of their contracts going, you find ways where something is wrong and we can get our money back on this. I think it speaks a lot to the leadership over there and kind of the direction they're going. What are your thoughts on this big whole rabbit hole, and will you finally watch South Park because of it?
No, I will not watch South Park.
But they wrote Book of Mormon.
I do love Book of Mormon.
Then you would love South Park.
I don't think so.
I think it's 1-to-1.
No.
I think it's 1-to-1. I think you should at least watch the movie, the original South Park movie, like the bigger, longer, uncut movie. It's fantastic. I think you'd like it.
I'll think about it.
There's musical numbers in it, if it helps.
Okay, you should have led with that.
There you go.
There
you go.
That, then now I'm interested.
Okay, perfect.
We'll see. Maybe I'll watch it. No, that's, thank you for explaining that. I don't really have a lot of context, when it came to this, but, very interesting that we're getting, so particular with every single streaming service, this and that, and it's weird that with how many streaming services we have now, the picking and choosing of different content and what goes on what platform, and I don't know, it just feels very like nitty gritty. So this is just an interesting evolution of the streaming wars, if you will. I'll be interested to see what happens in the end.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating, and I wonder if we're going to see more stories like this pop up, especially with like bigger IP properties and stuff like that going forward. So we'll have to see. And I don't know this. I think what Paramount's argument is going to be is you paid for the South Park library, which can be seen as more valuable than the new stuff.
Interesting.
I think that's what they're going to go with. Personally, I don't know this, but I think that might be the argument that they lead with. Anyway, guys, crazy lawsuits going on. What do you guys think about this? Please let us know in the comments as we move on to our final story, and I'll introduce this one, and it's just because the SAG Awards happened just yesterday as the time of this recording, and the Oscar race is really shaping up. It's my favorite time of year, and on the next show when Nick is back, that's gonna be our Oscar predictions show. It's my favorite show of the whole year. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
It's Christmas. I swear.
Christmas. I'm at the Oscar party. I'm having homemade tiramisu delivered to the house. It's gonna be exciting and amazing, and I won't take a year late to upload the reaction video this time. It happens, But there's some interesting stuff shaping up in the Oscar race now because of the SAG winners. And basically, what had happened, Everything Everywhere All at Once swept every category they were nominated for. The only award they didn't win was Stephanie Hsu for Supporting Actress because Jamie Lee won for Supporting Actress. So that's a lot. Of course, they were not nominated for Best Lead Actor, which did go to Brendan Fraser, and that race is heating up. Fraser.
Thank you. I was going to correct you, but I didn't want to be that person.
The race is heating up because Austin Butler won the BAFTA. Brendan Fraser won this. He also won the Critics' Choice, but then Austin Butler won the Golden Globe, so it's like bam, 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 bam.
Jeez, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Whole thing, right? It's going to be interesting with that one. But in regard to Everything Everywhere All at Once, it's always been kind of in the lead for Best Picture, maybe even Best Director now. But now, with Jamie Lee Curtis winning Best Supporting Actress from SAG, and a lot of those voters carry over, the argument could be made that her chances are a lot better now. Now, do I think she's going to win right now, and I have reserved the right to change my answer by next week? No. But my number 2 spot, because with the game we play, if you're fans of the show, we get 2 little picks. My number 2 spot is open now, because I don't know who I'm going to put there. Because I thought I had the 2 it was going to be. Now I'm like, oh shit, what should I put for that second place, So it's going to be interesting, but the Oscars get a surprise every year.
Always.
Every year. So maybe it's this one. I wouldn't chalk it up as crazy if Jamie Lee was the surprise that they had this time. So I don't know. But then, of course, we also have Ki-Hoo Kwan winning Best Supporting Actor, and he's going to fucking win.
I hope so. Now I'm worried.
No, he's going to win. Now, if that happened at the Oscars and he didn't win, that would not just be a lost a light.
Hello?
That would not just be a shock. That would be a crazy...
A crime.
Crime and surprise. With the magic of editing, when it cuts back to her, the light's going to be on. And the big one, though, Michelle Yeoh, who has like 3 award shows in a row now, won. And Cate Blanchett was the front runner, and she's phenomenal in Tar. I think Michelle Yeoh's my favorite to win now.
Really?
I do. Because maybe Andrea Riseborough took away some Cate Blanchett votes. And that would be hell of a surprise, too, if Andrea Riseborough won. That would be fucking crazy.
Oh, my God.
But I think Michelle Yeoh's not the front runner for that category. And I think Everything Everywhere just showed they're a force to be reckoned with. But here's the question I want to pose to you.
Sure.
When a movie starts to gain universal love, people just start hating it for no reason. And give it backlash, and that extends to Oscar voters as well, where they'll be like, that's winning everything. Let me show some love to this movie. Do you think that could affect it, or do you think this is a sign of a tale to come?
When does voting close for?
Voting opens this Friday.
Oh, and how long is it open?
A week.
It's only open a week.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was already happening. I don't think people are going to hate this movie. I don't think so. And maybe that's me being naive or something like that. But I feel like it has the Coda effect of last year, where it didn't sweep, but it definitely won.
It won Best Picture and Screenplay.
In not like Oscars, but like the follow-ups, like the BAFTA, the SAG,
Yeah, it won a few of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
and it didn't get any hate. I feel like it has the Coda effect in that it was universally loved. Like there was very, very rare criticism of it. I haven't heard any criticism yet of Everything Everywhere, and maybe it's a testament to the actors, not necessarily the movie, but their campaigns, all of them have been incredible. Like, you want to root for them.
Yeah.
Kiyu Kwan, the whole situation with Michelle Yeoh and Jamie Lee Curtis when she won, and, Jamie Lee was, like, cheering. Like, I think that they're just nice people, and I don't think it's a show, but they have been campaigning very well for themselves and making both themselves and their movie highly likable.
Yeah.
That, people could hate it for no reason, sure. I don't see it. I don't know. And plus this film was so emotional, and so I feel like it messed with people's heartstrings and stuff, that a movie like that, I feel like you just can't hate it. And
I don't even think they're gonna hate the movie. I think they've already all seen the movie. I think it's, will they do the thing of like I'm gonna give love to a movie that hasn't gotten the spotlight yet.
But this is a prime movie that deserves the spotlight.
Of course, yes.
Because it's the underdog. Like, yes, it's won a bunch of films up to here, and you're saying it's sweeping, yes. But all of the nominees are first time, right? Is Michelle Yeoh, right?
Most of them are.
Most of them, right? They're not. It's not Kate Blanchett, right? Who's been nominated 800 times.
Yeah, who's won twice.
Who's won twice, right? Like, it's an underdog story that, if it was, I don't know, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but someone who's won like countless times. Meryl Streep versus an underdog, even though maybe, not saying that, I don't know, people love an underdog, and even though it's sweeping, I still think that the voters are going to go with the underdog when it comes to something
But
like
in
this.
which categories? Because it's not sweeping, I can tell you that.
Sure.
Where I think you're right is Best Picture. I do think right now Everything Everywhere is my number one for Best Picture to win.
Yeah.
My number two is Top Gun Maverick.
Bold.
Just because, one, it would be awesome.
Why?
It just would. And two, let's go to another award show, the PGA Awards, the Producers Guild of America Awards.
Yeah.
Guess who got nominated, or not nominated, presented an award as a Lifetime Special Achievement and a thank you? Tom Cruise. For producing movies. He is a producer on Top Gun Maverick, and there's a whole narrative going around that Top Gun Maverick saved the movie business, even with a viral video of Steven Spielberg hugging Tom Cruise saying, Top Gun saved Hollywood. It's a good story. I'm not saying it's going to win. I'm just saying, right now, no shit, it's my number two.
That is a good story.
You know what? It's going to upset me.
What's that?
Banshees isn't going to win anything.
Why do you say that?
I think it's going to be The Irishman, where it got all the nominations and it just doesn't win.
Jenny deserves a nomination.
Maybe screenplay. Because Everything Everywhere is also nominated, but I think it's going to get director and picture and editing. And I think maybe as like a good job to Banshees, they're going to give it
screenplay.
Yeah.
You think Colin Farrell has a chance?
He's slowly slipping out. But
really?
But if there's going to be a surprise, because there is at every show, how crazy would it be if Colin Farrell just out of nowhere won? That would be crazy.
My crazy prediction would be not Brendan. Not Colin, but would be the supporting actress for Banshees and beating
Carrie
Angela
Condon.
Bassett. Yeah.
Listen.
I think that would be the one.
She's my number two.
Number two.
Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah, she was great.
That would be crazy. Oh my God, I'm stressed.
Yes. See, it's so fun. It's so exciting. We're going to dive into it a whole lot more on the next show. But this certainly does change the game for Everything Everywhere. They are the clear front runners going into Oscar voting. What do you guys think about these SAG winners, and do you think that they can affect what's going to happen in the future in 2 weeks at the Oscars? Let us know in the comments as we move on to the box office.
The box office
section of our show. I love doing the box office section of our show. I like looking at what's making money and kind of breaking down what it could mean for everybody. And let's look. I don't have the predictions. Nick has the predictions, but I can tell you that we were probably wrong. So, coming in number one was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Shocking.
Making $31.9 million. Coming in number two, Cocaine Bear, making $23.2 million. Coming in third was Jesus Revolution, making $15.8 million. Coming in fourth, Avatar The Way of Water, making $4.8 million. Coming in fifth, Puss in Boots The Last Wish, making $4.1 million. Now, let's dive into a little bit of the numbers here. So far, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania has made $362 million worldwide on a budget of what I'm guessing is around $200. It's probably around $200. So it's probably going to make around $500 to break even. It should get there, but it should be noted, it had the second biggest drop in MCU history from weekend 1 to weekend 2. It dropped. What? I don't remember what number 1 was. It dropped 70%.
Oh my God.
Now, should be pointed out, a 60s range is typical for MCU films because they open so high. And if all your people go to see it the first weekend, it's going to drop. But 70 is steep. That is pretty steep. That's a big number. And by the way, I want to point out, these are the final Monday numbers because we are recording on Monday this time.
That's crazy because the second week is always word of mouth.
Yes.
So that sucks for Ant-Man that people saw it and then said, hey, don't.
But to be fair, I think with positive word of mouth, it would have made probably dropped 67 to 65.
Sure.
But that extra 5 can make or break things. Cocaine Bear, total worldwide, has $28.5 million. And I don't remember what the budget was, but I know it's not crazy high. So if it continues to do well, here's the problem though. With movies recently in the pandemic, we could say, oh, this movie could last for a couple weeks because there's nothing coming out. March is fucking stacked with movies. Stacked. Finally. I'm so happy about it. But yeah, so a lot's going to determine on how good movies are and how well they open now.
Thank God. I'm happy we got some crazy movies back again.
Yeah. Jesus Revolution, I believe, only opened in the U.S., and it has a total of $15.8 million. Avatar The Way of Water is now at $2.267 billion. Oh my God. On a production budget of $460 million. And it has made 4.9 times its budget back.
My God.
That is how you do it. That's how you do it, guys. And also, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish has now crossed $444 million worldwide. Good for Puss in Boots. I cannot wait to watch that movie. As soon as it drops on Peacock, I am watching it because all of my friends keep telling me it's an amazing movie. And for the fun of it, I'm going to dive into Magic Mike's Last Dance.
It's your favorite.
I love that movie, which worldwide made $47.8 million so far. It's probably going to go a little bit over 50, maybe max 65, because I know they're already putting it on digital. So, yes, that is the box office. I am going to make some predictions for next week. Do you want to make predictions too, or do you want to kind of...
Yes, I do.
All right.
I always make them at home.
Okay, cool.
I'm never right.
All right, cool. What's open at number 1 next week?
What comes out?
I knew that was coming.
I don't remember.
Creed 3.
Oh.
And Operation Fortune.
Oh. Creed. Wait, how much did Ant-Man make?
31.
Yeah, I think Creed. Okay, my prediction. Wait, do you want to go first?
No, you can go.
Okay. Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Operation Fortune.
Okay.
What was the Jesus movie?
Jesus Revolution.
Okay, no. Avatar, Puss in Boots. No, wait, Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear, Avatar.
Okay, that's pretty steep. Let me look at something real quick. I want to see what the first 2 Creeds opened to. So the first Creed opened to $29 million. Creed 2 opened to 35. So I think you're on the right track there.
I'm telling you.
But no Stallone.
But Michael B. Jordan.
But will that affect the older people who love Rocky, who is part of that 35 million?
But Jonathan Majors.
The young audience is going to watch the movie. But how much of that audience was the young audience is the question. I think it's most. But what does this mean? Because there has been drama with Creed 3. However, I am going to agree. I think Creed 3 will crack out over Ant-Man because I think Ant-Man's going to go down to probably like 15.
Right.
So I'm going to go Creed. I'm going to do something bold.
Ooh.
Creed 3 number 1. Cocaine Bear number 2. Ant-Man number 3. Which is stupid of me, but I have faith in Cocaine Bear.
Word of mouth.
Avatar number 4. Operation Fortune number 5.
You think that low?
Yeah.
But Aubrey Plaza.
Yes, but it's been delayed like 4 times, and like no one knows the movie's coming out. Like, it's just gonna sneak up on them. Like, they're gonna go, oh my god, there's a new Guy Ritchie movie out, and then that's it. Like, before this movie has come out, they've already released a trailer for the next Guy Ritchie movie. Like, it's almost like we're just moving on.
Yes, but I think that their marketing push for the past, honestly, like 2 weeks has been pretty impressive. I have to admit, I did not know this was a movie like last week, but I swear I've seen those ads everywhere. So sometimes this last push is enough to get people to go. Plus, with how big Aubrey Plaza is right now, she's a huge name, and people know Guy Ritchie. I don't know. I think it's going to do better than I
don't think movie stars do shit for the box office anymore. And I think that this movie could stick around. Like, if the movie's good, I think it could open at 5 and stay at 5 for weeks. But I don't think it's going to open above 5. Like, right now, the number 5 movie was 4 million. I think it might open to slightly more, maybe 8. And then I think everything else would be more than that.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
Oh, well. Oh, well. Well, guys, that's the box office section of our show. And with that, we are going to move on to the movie review section of our show. And this time, only I've seen the movie. Wait, no, you saw Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, I did. I had a moment of like, wait, I was there. What movie did you see that I didn't see? I loved Cocaine Bear. That's the review. Fade to black. That's it.
I don't know. I don't know why I forgot you were there.
You're saying I'm forgettable?
No, I'm just saying most of the time we go to movies, I just look over and you're...
That is true. I do fall asleep during every movie.
Like, whatever. But yes, Cocaine Bear, directed by Elizabeth Banks. I liked it. This movie's really fun. It's really funny. It has some cool gore, some cool scares, has some great sequences. I don't think it's perfect. One, I think that the movie could have gone crazier, and it could have bought it. Like, you could tell there was restraint, and I'm like, stop it. It's a cocaine bear. I want to see it happen. And but the stuff we did get was great. And my biggest complaint with the movie, though, was it would set up things and then take storylines away from the bear. And the moment storylines were away from the bear, I didn't care. Like, the main actress, played by Kerry Russell, and her daughter have a storyline in this movie. In the beginning is leading to the bear, and I'm interested, and they're good characters. But then the storyline goes away from the bear, and I'm like, I don't care about the lead people in this movie now. I just want to go back to this bear and see what this bear is up to. And I think there was like a point in the script where it could have been fixed. I'm not going to spoil it, where the mother discovers somebody in a tree. I think if her daughter was also there and the storyline kept it with the bear, I would have been more interested in it. I was speaking to a friend at work, Sam, who's also a writer, and she said, I feel like I would have cared about the daughter storyline if if we saw the daughter get injured, or if there was some sort of like physical disability to like, because the moment like you see stuff in the movie that it lets you know pretty early on that the daughter's not hurt. Like, mild spoilers, you see like she's leaving a trail, and it's like the moment you see that, it's like, oh, well, the kid's fine, you know. So it's like, what's the point of this? And I think that it could have gone better back into it. And there's a lot of characters and a lot of storylines in the movie. A lot of them could have been consolidated because there is a lot going on for a movie called Cocaine Bear. However, some of the storylines were amazing. I love everything with Alden Ehrenreich and O'Shea Jackson Jr. I loved that whole storyline. I thought they were great, especially Alden Ehrenreich. I thought he was excellent. I love him as an actor. Ray Liotta, rest his soul, was really funny and did really well. Oh my gosh, the actor from... Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting one of the actors' names who did amazing, and I have to see who it was. 1 second. Isaiah Whitlock Jr. He did amazing. He played the police officer.
Oh, yeah.
He was amazing in the movie. I also loved the fact that the guy from TikTok was in the movie, Scott Seiss. He was great. He was really good as the paramedic. The paramedic scene was my favorite scene in the movie. I loved it, the one from the trailers. Also, I don't know if you knew this. I'm just finding out this now, but it makes sense because I recognized him. The park ranger, dude, that was the guy from Modern Family. Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
Yes, Jesse. Yeah. How did you not know that?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I didn't know when I was watching it. Like, he looked familiar. I'm like, oh, he looks like somebody. Just now when I was looking up the other guy. I was like, oh, that's the guy from Modern Family.
Yes.
Fun. But yeah, I overall, it's a recommend from me. It's not perfect. There's some story stuff. Yes, I'm complaining about story for the movie called Cocaine Bear. There's some story stuff that could have flowed better and worked out. For a movie that doesn't have a long run time, it still felt kind of long, which I think is indicative of that problem. But overall, I had a great time. I enjoyed Cocaine Bear. What did you think?
I couldn't agree more. I loved it. Little nitpicky things, yes. But overall, it was very fun. It was very funny. I loved that it knew what it was, didn't take itself seriously. I mean, not that you could take yourself seriously with a movie called Cocaine Bear, but they really leaned into it. I agree that it could have been crazier. Lighting.
Lost another one.
It's fine.
And editing magic.
Yeah, overall I really liked it. It was very fun. You get exactly what you get in the trailer. I laughed a lot. It, like I said, it doesn't take itself seriously. Overall, just go and have fun and watch it, and have your expectations kind of low and just enjoy it. But I would totally recommend it.
Keep your expectations high. It's fucking awesome. What do you mean have your expectations low? It was great.
It was great. I'm just saying, I guess you know what you're getting yourself into by going to Cocaine Bear, and what you see is what you get, and you're going to be satisfied.
Yeah.
Don't go in expecting, Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
It's great. It's very fun. I liked it a lot.
Yes.
So go see it.
With it being directed by Elizabeth Banks, the one thing this was missing?
What's that?
Kristen Stewart.
You're right. You're so right. I love Kristen Stewart.
You're one of the 3 people on the planet who liked the Charlie's Angels reboot.
I loved it. She was great. Naomi Scott was great.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing was great. I don't care who disagrees with me. I'll fight you. I'll watch it right now. Literally, I love that movie.
I'll go watch it right now. I'll go buy it on 4K.
Do you have it on 4K? You better get it on 4K. I'll get it free for your birthday. Don't worry.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
cinema.
You. I'll love it. Yes. But yes, that's Cocaine Bear. You recommend?
I would recommend.
We recommend Cocaine Bear. And I think that's going to do it for the show. Thank you for stepping up again. I really appreciate it. Nick will be back next week. If he still has a job, we might replace him full time. Oh, he did send a message when he was on vacation for you guys. I forgot. Hang on. He wanted me to tell you all. Let me pull it up here 1 second. I hate the show. I hate Dalton. Everything sucks. Why the fuck do I keep going on? He just wanted to send that out to send his love to you guys. And so, yeah, that's going to wrap up the show for everyone.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, he really...
It's from the heart.
It's from the heart. Yeah, exactly.
Man.
So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next week.